With regards to War Thunder and what we know is being added in with 1.77 so far, or rather the lack of certain things. A couple of weeks ago, or maybe even a month ago or more now, it was made public that Gaijin are going to be added in the Su-25 and the A-10 as researchable aircraft in War Thunder, as rank 6 aircraft. Now, along with that, probably about 3 weeks ago, I think it was leaked that onto the Chinese dev server 4 jet aircraft were being added in that aren't being released with 1.77. Well, at least as far as I'm aware, they're not being released with 1.77. They kind of are in certain respects, but they aren't properly. Now, for those of you who've been playing the game for more than a year, or just about a year, you'll be aware of the April Fool's event from last year, which was the rank 6 tank event. Now, as far as that goes, that basically led up to the release of the rank 6 tanks later on last year. Now, what I'm guessing is Gaijin are going to do something similar this year for the rank 6 planes. The 4 planes that have been shown in the files are the MiG-19, the MiG-21, the Super Sabre, and the Phantom, the F4 Phantom, that is. None of which apparently are going to be 1.77, so I'm guessing they're going to be for the April Fool's event, and they'll do a rank 6 April Fool's event based around those aircraft. For jets, that is, or for aircraft even. Now, this basically means that it's going to open the door for them to put in the rank 6 aircraft, which I think they'll do later on this year, as they did last year with the rank 6 tanks. And the April Fool's event is going to be kind of a bit of a test to see, what people think of the air-to-air missiles and other advanced features that they should get. It means that they're probably around about less than 6 months away from being put in. Rank 6 tanks were put in last year around about October time, I think it was, for that patch, or just prior to that. And I kind of expect the same thing for the rank 6 planes as well, in that they'll come around about the same time. As far as anything else goes, like rank 6 tanks or anything like that goes, well, they're in game already, so they're just going to be adding in more of those over the coming patches. What that entails is loads of vehicles. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of vehicles they could choose from to put into the game to fill the post-war kind of void, as it were. One other thing of note, which was brought to my attention just a few days ago, actually, is that the what's it called? The M48 Magach, the Israel M48 that's been upgraded, that is coming next patch with the or for the Americans rather. That is going to have a Israeli symbol in front of its name. That, in my mind, shows that they're possibly going to be adding in Israeli tanks or armoured forces and aircraft even at some point. Now, how that would work, I have really not much of an idea, because as far as Israel goes, they didn't exist before World War II. And therefore they couldn't really put in, prop planes for them, if you understand what I mean. They could in theory, because obviously they got given stuff from other nations, but it wouldn't, we wouldn't have a reserves. There would be no biplanes or anything like that. I mean, as well as that, we've also got Italian tanks that we know are coming in, unless we're just going to be stuck with the 2 that we've got, which is kind of pathetic. So I'd expect them to be getting put in within the next 9 months. I mean, literally, they could wait until next Christmas before putting in the rest of the Italian tanks. As far as anything else goes, like other nations, there's plenty of other tanks and vehicles that they could be putting in for them. the back chat, I'm kind of surprised that they've not announced that they're adding that in yet for the French. And again, that I'd expect to be put in for them at least, along with possibly the Leclerc as well for their rank 6s. The problem being that I can see with the dev server, at least at the moment, is the battle ratings. And by that I mean the cap for battle ratings is still going to be 9.0. The Challenger for Britain is going to be down here below that, I think, as far as I'm aware. And that's going to be 9.0 as well. The T64B and PV, if we're getting both, is also going to be 9.0. And the same thing for the Abrams. The Leopard is going to be 8.7. But other than that, the compression is still there, and we're still going to get the same level of gameplay. Nothing as far as the gameplay is changing, or goes is changing. It's literally going to be the same old stuff. There are a few other things that are coming. 50 cal gun pods. Yogi mentioned to me earlier. I didn't know about them getting put in. They're coming, and they're not coming for just low-tier aircraft either. They're coming for most of this line. Well, actually, not most of that one. A36 is getting them. I think it's the SBD3 is getting them. The SB2C is getting them. The Bearcats are both getting them. And what was the other aircraft? There was possibly another one. Oh yes, the Harpoon. Harpoon was also getting gun pods as well. Along with that, there are also a few other bits and pieces coming. I know that the Kicker for Japan is getting the rocket boosters that it's hand modelled in the damage model, kind of part of the aircraft in game for 2 years or more, but it took them this long to get them put in. You can actually see it on that photograph, or that image, under the left wing. That is finally getting put in with the next patch. Along with that, Russia are getting rocket boosters for their 28. More on them when they get put into the game. But that's about everything that I can think of that I was wanted to go through. At least as far as the rank 6 stuff goes. It's all going to take time, obviously, and testing. Yeah, so just plenty more stuff to be getting put into the game. The game itself, though, hasn't really changed, from what I can tell. I don't think they're going to be doing anything with the gameplay mechanics for this. As far as the World War mode goes, that might actually be getting released with 1.77. I honestly couldn't tell you though for certain. Again, we'll just have to wait and see.